Are you a sports guy? Is there any
I used
sport
to, I
you
used
follow?
to, I used to play basketball. I follow basketball once in a while nowadays. Not that much.
Because you know what they say, man.
What?
If he doesn't play or participate or follow any sports, guess who he is playing? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Bearded Conversations and Confessions. These are our confessions.
Kama una hii kanje.
So this is officially episode number
15! No, is it 15 or 16? It doesn't matter!
It doesn't matter what the episode is.
Anyway, this is a hard topic. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know how to go about it.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
So basically, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
yeah.
Father's Day is here
Yeah.
with us,
Mm-hmm.
and we are tackling a conversation about us and our dads.
Dads, fathers.
Dads are fathers. Fathers
They
are
normally
dads.
say, there's that thing Steve Harvey says that it's very easy to become a father, but it's very hard to become a dad.
Okay. Okay, Harvey.
Okay, Harvey. No, but anyway, I don't know. What were your interactions with your dad? Like, how was your interaction with your dad?
Glory, glory, Man United. So, Manchester United has been the most consistent conversation about, between my dad and I.
Yeah.
Our interactions growing up, like when we were younger, other than the normal father-son relationship about, ensuring you're
Schule.
okay, school, life in general, Manchester United was the most intense and most interesting conversation, usually,
Yeah.
between my dad and I.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, then I was too young to discuss politics and to discuss... But then my dad used to read a newspaper with a red pen.
What?
Underline points, puts footers,
What?
like he circles a point and he adds his own comments. The guy was Google Docsing way before Google Docs. That is one very interesting thing about my dad when he used to read. I used to really, really like how he used to read the newspaper. But mainly our interactions, football, school, then it's just until recently, like probably when I was in campus, just after high school, that's when our conversations broadened. But yeah, it was mainly football and school. Sports in general and school. Report form, nini.
Of course, report from ilikuwa lazima.
Hey,
Report from ilikuwa lazima.
those conversations are hard.
We used to have we used to have an uncle, but I have an uncle who used to, when the first thing he does when he comes to your house is, where's your report form?
Why?
I'm like, hey.
Are you paying school fees?
Hey.
Why are you
Uncle,
so
when
entitled?
what?
Yeah.
No, but that's what he used to do. It was just like, where's your report form? But anyway, yeah, I think it was one of those, children are for the community and blah, blah. But anyway, interactions with my father. This is where the editor puts those crickets. No, but what's it called? Our interactions were very skewed towards school, and that's because most of the times he was either traveling for work, and when he's at home, there was nothing that connected us like football. I don't like.
But then you're not. Are you a sports guy? Is there any sport you follow?
I used to play basketball. I follow basketball once in a while nowadays. Not that much.
Because you know what they say, man.
What?
If he doesn't play or participate or follow any sports, guess who he is playing?
He's playing cards.
A man must have a vice.
Is sports a vice? Sports is not a vice.
Like a cultic following, something that you do so passionately.
Yeah, work.
No.
Quack, 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 quack,
You know
quack,
what
quack.
it is.
Anyway, yeah, so those we didn't have anything that I would say connected us like that, like whether it was sports or school, because school he just wanted to know my report form, what number I was, because in their days he was always number one. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be lying if I said that we had a connection. So it's hard for me to say that there was something that made us talk. So there was a point in time that we used to fear Dad. So every time we had the gate open, kila mtu anakimbia anaenda side.
Standard.
Unakimbia
Those were
unaenda.
SOPs in a normal family.
Akisikia
Kenya.
anaingia, bounce.
You hear the gate being opened, you
Bas.
switch off the television, you
Yeah.
run to your room, so you look
Na
like you're
anakuja tu
doing your
anafanya
homework.
hivi, anasikia ni-
Hey, there's a day
My
my
watch.
dad did that. He just came,
Yeye
uncovered the
ati yeye
TV,
amezima TV.
touched it, felt it was warm.
Someone
Tulitandikwa.
was here.
Tulitandikwa. man.
Someone was here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I growing up, we didn't really have a like I would say like a relationship with Dad per se. But I saw that he connected more with my sister because they talked about everything. They talked about politics. They talked about work. They talked about school. Like they were very tight. So
Is it your career choice? That's because if he was discussing all these other things, what was stopping him from discussing these things with you?
I don't know. Again, I think the connection wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a tough one, because do you think they wanted to be like that? Do you think they actually wanted to have a better relationship with us? Or is it how they were brought up? What, like,
So you see,
why was it the way it was with dads? Because it seems like the story is, I don't know about other guys, but it seems like if we were to do a quick research,
Yeah.
the sample size notwithstanding,
yeah.
I feel like we'll probably end up with the same responses. Majority will probably be like, my dad and I, it was purely interactional. It was school fees, report form,
Repeat.
repeat.
I think again, which is what we are learning now in terms of being intentional. It's more about being there and being present, and apart from just being present, being physically, emotionally, even spiritually invested in your child.
Yeah.
As you're saying, you want to be your child's best friend. So, and what does that entail? It just doesn't mean that you bring gifts and then you guys are going to be best friends. It means talking to them. It means being interested in what they're doing, being interested in their day, being interested in anyone who tried bullying them or talk to them badly, being there in terms of, how's your walk with God? How's your walk with, how are you treating mom as well? How are you being with your friends? Do you have friends? Finding out what their likes and dislikes are. It's literally being intentional in, even if it's conversing, doing that. Did they have an opportunity to do that? Yes. Did they do that? No.
That's a different story.
So, for me, again, and I think I said that in the last episode, I feel like fathers in our day were built to provide. And so it was provide in the sense that I want to provide for my family, and that means I have to work late, I have to get a master's, I have to get this, I have to get this job, whether it's far, however far it is, I have to go there, and if I'm in Mandera or Marsabit or whatever, that's where I'm going to be. So for them, it was more about providing, and the connection then disappeared because you're no longer at home. So all you're finding out is how was school, how is it, because nimelipia fee.
School fees ni how much?
School fees ni how much? Yeah,
Hostel?
those kind of things. So I don't know but I know of fathers who were intentional with their children's upbringing. Like I have a friend whose dad was there 24/7. Used to go with them for football matches. Used to talk to them about whatever it is.
Girls.
Like I can tell you for a fact, I don't think my dad and I ever talked about a girl. Ever.
Even But like by the time you're getting married,
By the time I was getting married,
or it was inevitable.
it was a family. No, it was a family congregation, and I had to tell them. Like, it wasn't a one-on-one at dad, I'm getting married. No.
So you guys never had a one-on-one conversation about this is the person I want to be with.
Nope.
I have identified a woman.
Yeah, I told them as a family. With my mom, I did.
Yeah, with your mom, you did the one-on-one thing.
yeah,
But
one-on-one.
how come? Like, why is it?
I don't know. Like,
It's
there
just
was
not
no,
there.
it wasn't there. So
Which
I
I
never
get, yeah, I
like
get.
it wasn't there, and I don't think I wanted to force it because it didn't feel like I remember I tried. So dad had a thing about different businesses. Now people are going to fight me. Okay, but anyway, dad had different businesses, and he tried a couple of them, and one of them I think I just went and I told him. So the business flopped, and we had to deal with the repercussions of
Yes,
that.
yes, of course.
So what happened was we ended up. I told him, this is what you should have done from my perspective. This is what you should have done, and I think it would have worked better if you did this, and he flat out told me, I don't need business advice from you.
Oh,
Peace. We are Umbu. I just said peace.
Yo,
I'm
but
out.
that's tough. That must
I'm
have
out.
been like. I think that's why I wouldn't cross that line or look like I know anything more than my dad does. I think that's how I would respond to that situation.
For me,
I
was
keep
just
a
like,
very safe distance from
Yeah.
ever putting myself in a position where I'd have to advise him on anything, because I'm not ready for the
that
response
trauma.
that would come, especially if it's negative. Like if it's
Yeah.
positive, cool. But if it's
but you
negative,
never know
I
whether it's
don't
going to be positive
think-
or
I don't
negative.
even-
now.
I don't know how I'd handle
Yeah,
it.
so when that came, I was just like, my guy. He's been
Sini
real.
sawa.
Sini sawa.
Kwani
Sini business ya. Kwani ni yangu.
sasa advice ni kitu ya kukasisha mtu.
Ni kitu ya kunyimana. Na iko free. Mi nimeenda. I bounced. I said,
Acha
never
nitauliza
again. No, my mom had similar whatevers for that particular. Anyway, that's one of the things that was brought a lot of contention in the family.
Yeah.
But so we just said, you know what, cheers. Come on, buy and buy.
Yeah.
So after that, I was just like, you do you.
And I feel like these are the struggles we go through that we have normalized.
Yeah.
Like we feel like, first of all, dad knows everything.
Yes.
You dare not question. Secondly, what are you advising?
Azu.
Yeah, what are you
As-
advising your father on? How? How do you like? You just wake up one day and think you actually know,
This tiny.
and you're
one
able
that
to
is
tell.
new.
And let me tell you something. There's I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on the pod. There's a study I saw about why very few men go to church. You know why?
Mhm.
Statistically and psychologically, men find it so hard to take instructions from another man, especially on how they should live their lives.
So they're
Can you
God is another
imagine?
guy. No.
Can you imagine a man telling you that which you think is right, that way you have
Is
been living your
wrong.
life is wrong? So men have that aggression of unaniambia ka nani?
Ganani.
Like who do you think you are? So sadly, that is
God
why
named so.
that's why sometimes it's easier to find more women in churches. More women have a better following with the pastors, and
Yeah.
a better relationship with the pastors,
Right.
because they don't have that kiburi that men have
Men
of
have.
thinking. Telling me
When
as
nani?
who? Why are you telling me that
Who are you?
my lifestyle is wrong? Don't you know I work hard to do the things I'm doing now? Yeah.
For my past.
So I can totally get where that would come from, and I think it's a very complicated situation to be in, because especially with a parent and a father,
Yeah.
you expect so much from them, and you also wish to have so much from them. But when it gets to that point where you're not able to connect with them, I don't know, maybe guys who are watching would tell us, probably in the comment section, and engage us. Like, how do you connect with your parents? How do you connect, especially with your dad? What showed you that, this guy cares? Because some people know when dad is happy, he'll come with 2 kgs of meat. Nah,
Newspaper.
in a newspaper. Or it was a high school visiting day.
Gumu.
When you hear it's your dad coming, you expect a newspaper, a loaf of bread, and money.
To principal's office.
And then you're asked, hey, shule inaendeleaje? Vizuri. Last time ulikuwa number 2. This time ulikuwa number 3. You need to work on that.
Yeah. You need to make sure
and then
that changes.
Sawa.
Mi
nataka kurudi Nairobi.
I have to make it back by 4.
Story meisha
Cut me dark.
And that's it. But like, was your dad ever present or active in your life with regards to like school? Did he come for meetings, sports days, taking you guys?
Let's go back to the other episodes that I said after class 5.
You switched off. This guy.
I'm done. School was for breezing. It was like a wind. I was just like
vibes and inshallah. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Kama inafanyika ifanyike. Yes, I remember there was once they came for swimming gala. Even though I wasn't participating, but it was because I was in boarding, so they hadn't seen me for some time. So it was dad, my sister, and my bro, and they came. And this is how messed up it was.
Yeah.
As I said, I didn't care. So they came. They sat somewhere. We were dancing to the tunes that were happening in the swimming gala, and we danced and danced and danced. Swimming gala ikaisha. Sikuwaona, wakatoka, wakaishia, and that was it.
You didn't say hi to them?
No.
Didn't speak?
Nothing.
Hukuachiwa hata mkate, pocket money?
I think iliachwa mali, but yeah. That's how bad it was.
Only switch off.
I'd ding, nilikuwa nisha KPLC the Manenos. I was like, I'm out. But yeah, so parents' days, I remember they came. My mom was really interested in making sure that she shows up. Dad, yes, used to come. Parents' day, they used to come. Of course, they were told, your son is not doing well, blah, 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 blah.
Right. He switched off
5 years ago. So sports days, that's the last one I remember that they came for. Anything else?
The gala one.
Yeah, the gala one.
To be fair, I wouldn't come back. Came to see my son.
No, but that one I was finishing, so it wasn't.
Dude
really,
didn't even come to say hi, and he was dancing.
With them girls. I was dancing with them girls. I can't remember. Yeah, I think that was it. It was. Yeah, but they were interested in school because I have to be number 1, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
I never was number 1. But yeah.
My dad was very active to a point where it was uncomfortable. Like, I didn't even want people to know that's my dad. And why? Because he used to shout at the teachers. During PTAs. He was the... Hey!
Kelele. Akuweki.
This school is not being run well. Yani, I used to hear people saying, there's this parent who stood...
I don't know.
I definitely don't know who that is. Definitely not my dad. And if you would check closely, there's definitely no resemblance. In fact, if I wear my spectacles, you might not even know. But that element is how he was very active in school.
Right.
But on the other side, on the flip side, it's because he was very demanding of the school as well.
Yeah.
I think the school fees. I think he used to pay the school fees. And he's like, hey. I can't just sit and watch this institution fail. I have to get a return on my investment, bana. But the other things, like, he enrolled us into Ligi Ndogo because of our interest in football.
Yeah.
And he would come for our matches. He would be like on the sides encouraging
us.
Yeah, he was a very good supporter whenever he showed up for the games. High school visiting, I think my dad came twice. In 4 years, I think he came twice. But we didn't have an official visiting day. I think that was also a bad thing. Because our school, you could come visit at any time.
Okay.
Any day, any time.
Right.
You'll just be called and, hey, there's a parent here for you. So if we had an official visiting day, maybe it would have been easier for him to panga and come alongside my mom.
No, Sisi took on
Yeah.
official
But
one, so they used to come.
I think it's a laxity of I can still go next week. If I miss out on seeing him today, I can still go. Yeah, but there's also the aspect of understanding anakam kufanya nini exactly. I think he was more intent on coming to school with an agenda,
right?
Not just to see you. If there's a parents
Agenda
meeting, the parents meeting
Or
is
that
the
to demand of
priority.
the school.
Then we see you,
Right?
You know,
Yeah.
we don't just come and sit. Remember, at that point, we didn't have much we were talking about.
Yeah, it was just
So it
school.
would be very
Yeah.
formal. It would be high school like
Yeah.
this, results like this. How are Kina Mom doing? It gives you a report. How are things back home? Report.
Done.
So it was a very report-based
Done.
conversation. Done. Then Meisha, he goes back to Nairobi.
Mm.
Whereas now, the older I got, the more we could have to discuss. Like even, initially the only advice I got about chicks when I was in high school from my dad was that work hard. These girls that you're trying to chase, they will come after the guys who are driving the Prados, the Pajeros. So just work hard. Then these ones will come. If you look at it on the flip side,
It's the ones
when
the
they say
Pajeros are going.
when they say you don't lose money. No, you don't lose women chasing money, but you lose money chasing women. I think he was right.
He was right.
Maybe that was his perspective.
Right.
I just
I'll
didn't
come
have the
on.
wisdom to grasp it at that point.
Now you do.
But the older I became, I was now more open, and especially campus. In campus now, we had a better relationship. We could actually talk. We could sit down and talk about things. Even my love life. Kwa umbali. Sio. Yani, just know there's someone and there's something there.
Yeah.
And if there's nothing going on between me and that someone that I told you about, I just go quiet.
Right.
It's like I ghost that conversation. Take the hint.
Turn
I'm not here
Do
to
whatever
explain.
you will with this information.
I'm not here to explain anything. So that is how at least things started improving.
Right.
And we've gotten to where we are now, where we're able to talk about many things. It's not the best. It's not perfect. It's not like we're now the best of friends. But there's an element of, I'm able to talk to dad and call. I think the struggle is in the I love yous.
I was just about
Do you
to ask
guys
that.
do the I love yous? Because the I love yous, man.
I love yous happen during birthday
Yo,
messages.
and
It's normally a text. Happy birthday, son. I love you.
Like we
Happy
hug.
birthday, Dad. I love you.
Imagine when I meet with, I can actually tell you, I hug my dad more than I hug my mom.
Really?
Whenever we meet with my dad, we hug. Because now, ever since he spends more time in Shags, whenever he comes back, it's always, Daddy yako around, So there's that element. Whereas with mom, we do hug, but it's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are accustomed to it.
Yeah.
But now that it's like we're compensating for the seasons of our
What
lives
didn't
when we
hug.
never used to hug or talk,
Yeah.
that intimately, and it wasn't deep. But the I love yous, I
Can't.
can't honestly remember the last time I told my dad I love him.
Way.
I can't remember. And it must have been a text.
It's always a text.
Like it has
It's always
to have
a
been
text.
on his birthday. Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Even for
On
me,
his
it's always,
birthday.
happy birthday, Dad. May God bless you. I love you.
Yeah, on his
Happy
birthday.
birthday, son.
But yeah,
May God bless you. I
it's
love
the
you.
standard.
But my dad now has this thing where he sends a verse, not every day, but when he can, he'll send a verse.
Yeah.
And so he's into farming, and that's what now he'll be like, yeah, so we're doing farming, please help here and whatever. So that's how we are trying to talk about things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you have an interest in farming, Ata?
No, I think farming is
If it
interesting.
matters to him, matters to me.
Not really. It's one of those. I've always felt like farming is an important part of
it's the
society.
future. It's the
and
future.
the future.
Yeah.
Like everywhere, food is essential.
Food security.
For me though, in terms of farming, it's not only about making money, but more about sustainability rather than making money. So can I do what do they call farm to fork kind of
a journey?
Yeah, journey
Farm to fork journey.
rather than always spending money outside. Can I do like a nice farm where it's making my family okay? I can give it to my siblings or whatever. So it's not about
if there's ever going to be another pandemic, I hope that it finds me self-sufficient in farming
in farming.
and sustainable.
Start now.
Hey,
Start
and
now.
off the grid.
Yeah, off the grid for sure.
Yeah.
So that for me, that's what I find interesting in farming,
Yeah.
rather than planting a crop to go sell. So it's more about sustainability. Can it sustain my family without me having to go to the market to get a couple of mbogas or nyanyas or whatever's, so
That
like
have been
that's
grown in
cycle,
a
yeah.
sewer.
Let's not go into that situation.
Nairobi.
Nairobi. So yeah, so in terms of I love yous with that, yeah, it's through text. Hugs, it's ile my boys. Good stuff. Okay. I think there was other one about I'm proud of you. I don't know if your dad has ever told you
Oh,
that.
that one I get.
That one you get?
That one I
Good
do
stuff.
get. I do get. By the way, he never
Mm.
holds back with the proud of
With
yous.
right.
And I think it has also improved, especially when we got a baby sister. The affirmation, like my dad's
Yes.
affirmations have really changed. I hear how he speaks to my baby sister. I hear how he showers her with the I love yous, I'm proud of you. And so it would just
Maybe
at that
just
point,
wanted a girl.
it would just at that point be very awkward for us to be there, and we're not getting that as well. So it would just be like, hey, yo, big man,
Yeah.
we also belong. You know?
We have feelings. Too.
Imagine.
We are
So
feelings too.
the proud of yous I get. The proud of yous I am proud of the fact that I get
That
the
you
proud
get
of yous.
Yeah.
And that works for us, by the way.
That's enough.
I'd take those proud of yous because I think affirmation is a big thing for
you.
me.
Yeah.
So I'd take the proud of yous more than the I love yous.
Right.
Because I think I look at it as this: I have not really done anything to you that would make you not love me. But I hope that I'm making you proud.
Yes.
I think for me that's how,
important.
yeah, that's how I look at it. Like our relationship is at a point where I know I'm not letting you down, and I know you love me, but are you really proud of me? So that would, for me, form a very crucial point of the conversation. If there were no proud of yous, I think I would struggle. I would struggle quite a bit.
Yeah, I think it's also important in terms of how we're going to raise our children as well, in terms of just making sure that such words and hugs as well
Are consistent,
are
affection.
consistent. Not feeling like just because he's a boy that he has to be tough and whatever.
There's my friend. You know her, Waise.
Yes.
Waise, I really admire their family because Waise, their I love yous, their hugs, and they're thrown around like normal things.
Yeah.
So for that type of self-assurance and sense of belonging in a family,
Like
and this is
you
not
feel,
just their immediate family, that's how they roll as an extended family.
Interesting.
Whenever they're doing Christmases together, whenever they come
That's
together
dope.
as an extended family, and their I love yous are so many, their hugs are so many, their kisses, so you feel that warmth.
You feel the love.
Yeah, you feel the love literally, and you can actually touch,
You feel the love
exactly
tonight?
exactly.
I can't. No, but so I think I don't know if I overcompensate now, but I know for a fact I keep telling my son, "You good job,
Yes, you
I
have to,
love
yeah.
you." Hugs. And now before he becomes 18, where you can't kiss him anymore, now I say,
Yeah.
like you're there tickling or just throwing him up and just being there affectionate. Because it took a time to come dad.
Put me down.
Fam.
Put me
me
down.
I can do what you're
I'm
doing, so
gonna
leave me
be like
alone.
Malcolm in the Middle. Did you watch the episode where Malcolm's dad had a one-on-one basketball challenge with them? Like
Yeah.
Malcolm, Dewey, and what was the bigger brother's
Oh,
name?
you can remember the names, man.
There was no, not Frankie. Francis. No, not Francis. The other one, the dumb one. He was always portrayed as the dumb one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Oh,
remember
I
that
can't
one.
remember
Yes.
his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the three of them were playing against their dad, and the dad was kicking them on the court. But then they devised a strategy on how they would carry Dewey, and then Dewey dunks and wins the game for them.
Yeah.
And then Dewey says, "The future is now, old man." So you don't want to get to a point where your
Yeah.
son just looks at you and is like, hey. The
Nah,
future is
fam.
now, old
Yeah,
man.
leave me
So
alone.
forget
Old
your affection, you old
Because
man.
sour.
Yeah.
Worry about yourself.
Imagine.
So yeah, I think it's important to just throw out those I love yous and proud of yous and good jobs and pat on the back when they're going through stuff. You're sorry, just making it a conversation for it's normal. One thing I also realized, it's also important for them to see that we are also weak.
True.
And not weak in the sense that they can step on us, but weak in the sense that
we're human.
oh, he's actually human. He
It's a
actually
process,
hurts. He
yeah.
actually goes through stuff. He actually doesn't know everything.
Yeah.
Because again, I think that's the point that we were going through. Like my dad telling me I don't need business advice from you. It wasn't from a point of that I knew everything. It's
Yeah.
just one of those, I think this is what should have happened. So if my son was to come to me like that, I would be like, yeah,
Okay,
I get what you. Let me see
Yeah.
if that works, and I get what you're talking about, and just showing them that I actually don't know everything. Like I can get advice from whoever it is that I can get advice from. A kind of leadership role where you're telling them, even if you're at the front, not everything is as black and white as possible.
True.
You can get to a point where things don't work out as you want, and it's okay not to know things. It's also okay to feel like you've let people down, but please remember to get back up, say you're sorry, say I love you, say I'm gonna work on it better next time. And I think a lot of that is also stemmed down where I remember, I don't know, thinking about it now, it might be like a light bulb moment. It might be why a lot of people don't like, or I don't like criticism. Because now I'm like, oh, so wewe unaniambia kama nani? Kama baba yangu angeza kuambiwa, wewe ni nani unanisho? Okay, let me not stop using that. But anyway, but it's a trauma response where now I'm like, why are you criticizing my work? Where are you coming from to criticize my work? Where are you coming from to tell me that my job is not as good as yours or as you expected it to be? So I don't know. I think it's important for us to be vulnerable. I think more and more, so that our children don't grow up to be carrying burdens that they're not even supposed to be carrying in the first place.
True.
I'd like my son to say, I remember the last time when I was with dad and we were doing this and that and that and that. Square pia anafanya podcast. Na kona trauma. Generational trauma.
You'll have inspired another podcast.
Starting out. Welcome. This is my son's podcast, and I'm just saying hello. And
It's gonna be like, you guys have listened to my dad's podcast, and how he talks. Let me tell you
Episode
guys.
16.
Let me tell you guys. He's not the man you think he is behind that microphone.
You just ratchet.
Growing up, I know they're very firm. Like dads were very firm. My dad for sure is a disciplinarian. Up until this day. Till this day. He's a very strict disciplinarian, and given how the relationship started in my younger years and then progressively became better as I got older, I think there are certain things I've picked up on along the way. One, he always used to say, and this was very, very, it always felt like, now you're draining this conversation. It was always, whatever you do, anywhere you go, and whoever you're with, ask yourself, what value does this add to your life?
Right.
So I was always like, hey, man,
What
I
was I
just
road?
want to go hang out with my friends.
What do I place
What ile place ya Othaya Road? Yenye siku hizi pia iko Kiambu Road. So kuna double.
Yeah.
So what value does it add? And then there's an element of responsibility my dad has always had. Like he never shies away from responsibility. Never. Like when something needs to be done, and I think it's because he's a firstborn also, but whenever something needed to be done, he would always take initiative. He'd always be the guy who people look to for direction. So that's one thing I hope to be as a man, as a parent, as a husband, as a father. Can people look up to you for responsibility?
Right.
Do you know there are actually men out there who guys can't look up to for direction?
Yeah.
There's dudes in a crisis. You just sit there. Look after the children.
Yeah. It's okay.
Make sure they don't run out of the house. Then they look for other people. It could be a woman, it could be another man.
Right.
But the fact that as a man, people shy away from actually looking at you for direction,
Yeah.
I think that's a big problem. So those are the two
Run.
critical things I would say I've picked from my dad as lessons that I apply in my life.
I think for me, the maybe it's in seeing the things that were done or not done and twisting them around so that I can make them positive. Because I remember there was a time I really didn't want to be my father. Like I was like running out the opposite direction. But then I started understanding that, you know, as you work on your weakness, that's how you level up your levels of strength.
True.
Because I used to work on my strengths a lot. Like it's just the strength. But then again, you become wise and be like, if I'm weak at that, let me find someone who's strong at that, then put them near me and bring these people who know these other weaknesses of mine, and we can carry each other as we go ahead.
Yeah.
So I started sort of, what can I say, like in terms of carrying. So the one thing I picked was providing. So in my head, it was just making sure that, but that also was drummed up by mom always saying, you know, you have to provide. So that's the one thing I remember I was picking up a lot. So provide. And making sure that, you know, if I'm in my family, with my family, that they don't miss out on anything. And now taking that part where I wasn't hearing about love and pushing it out more. So I love you. Affirming. Now the opposite now started happening. If I was given a compliment, I can't take it. I was like, I don't know how to take this compliment. I don't know how to respond to this.
Yeah.
So sometimes you're given a compliment, you're like, it feels like it's a bit too much. Is that for me? Is that for me? So in essence, the things that I missed is what now I am trying to apply on this other end, so that I also don't lose out on being a good father, for lack of a better word.
That makes a lot of sense. This Father's Day, make sure you reach out to your dad.
Just say I love you. Text.
You remember the Capital social experiment they did?
Yes.
FM, where they got guys in a room, tell them to call their dads.
Call your dad.
Tell them they love them.
Unataka
and
nini?
listen to responses.
Unataka nini?
We should try that as well. What do you want?
No, my dad at this point will just say, yeah, I love you too, son. Shamba iko aje? Iko sawa? Because after that, you're like, yeah, okay, bye.
That was too much for me already.
Sawa basi. Okay, bye. Okay, cheers. No, but anyway, happy Father's Day to our fathers.
All the dads out there.
And
the single moms.
Pastor.
See, they usually say, okay, edit that out.
No, leave it in. Let them know. Yeah, so happy Father's Day to those past and present. That's another topic to also talk about, you know, fathers who passed away and the kind of impact they left, because there's a lot to unpack there as well. But happy Father's Day, my people. Happy Father's Day. Hey, what's up, Corona? Nothing. Happy Father's Day. But happy Father's Day in
the dudes on set.
In future.
Please work on your Father's Day message next year.
Yeah.
Do something.
Do something. Do something.
We interrupt this program to bring you...
You're usually supposed to sneeze on your sleeve, but I'm not sure.
Make sure you get happy socks zangu. Maisha ni ku accessorize. You gotta accessorize.
Kabaridi kidogo.
I think growing up with my dad it came in different stages. I liked the fact that my dad, if he did something wrong, he would say he's sorry.
It was great, it was lovely. In fact, he used to be really nice, because like on birthdays he'd take me like for a special thing and we'd just eat, you know, just me and him.
I was very free with my dad, and there was nothing I could not ask of him, and he was there regardless of the situation.
He was friendly, but then to a point.
Best thing to ever happen to me, because he was a fun dad. We used to do fun things. I remember he used to make us watch a lot of TV. I think that's why I hate TV nowadays, man. We watch too much.
Just one?
Man, there are so many.
Wow, after church plans.
Oh, the numerous beatings. Those were nice.
He made birthdays fun.
She took me to my first football match, the stadium.
School visiting days.
He saw a homeless guy rummaging through the trash. And I remember he walked up to him, offered him his ice cream, and we walked away. So I think, I was like, wow. So that's how that's how humanity should function like. So that was a very fond memory.
With him, everything was awesome.
He always used to teach us proper values,
Family was always first.
How to have a relationship with God.
There's family and there's the church, and you have to take that seriously.
Treating everyone like, as if they're human beings as opposed to the position they occupy in life.
It's actually my dad taught me
Go for what you really want.
respect. My dad has always respected my mom.
Honesty was, I think he's honest. I mean, his biggest virtue.
I learned to be my own man.
Greatest lesson is just take it slowly, work hard. He's a very hard-working person. And yeah, most, there's no hurry, and just be generous. He's a very generous person.
I wish he was here so you could see how great we've turned out to be and how we've learned what he taught us from when he was still around.
It's funny how we celebrate them on maybe one or 2 days, but he Happy Father's Day every day.
I would want him to be happy.
If your dad is alive, make the most of it.
Happy Father's Day, wherever you are.
Mr. J, Dad, I know you're gonna watch this eventually since you joined WhatsApp. So happy Father's Day, Dad.
I tell him I want to have many more years down the road with you. I wish my grandchildren will see you because you're the greatest man that I ever lived with, and you've been the greatest example I ever saw. And for that, I love you very much.
Yeah, I hope you'll get to see this. Yeah, happy Father's Day. I'm a proud fan. Thank you.
Don't think I would have gotten a better father.
Happy Father's Day. I love you, Daddy, all day, every day.
I didn't cry.
I love you, bado hatujafika hapo.
I want to wish all the fathers, all the hardworking daddies out there, all the responsible daddies out there a perfect, happy, marvelous Father's Day. Stay strong, keep your heads up, always.
Thank you very much for watching, and bless, man. As always, bye. Like, share, subscribe. We out.